Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports as deadline day, January transfer window, winter window, deadline day. My name is Dylan. I'm here to bring you all of the latest news and what to expect from your club, quite possibly, on deadline day today. So, as we all know, the deadline is set to hit at 7 p.m. GMT. So, 7 p.m. GMT, the deadline is closed. So, clubs have less than 10 hours now for any deals they want to get over the line. So, it's just gone 9 a.m. when I'm recording this time. And there are a few breaking details that are already coming out about possible deals that could be going through before deadline day. After a weekend of drama of, United beating United beating Fulham last minute, Spurs coming out to draw with City, Arsenal absolutely storming over Leeds, a couple of shock results and a few fantastic goals have been scored, and the drama continues. And it starts with Arsenal and Newcastle. So this morning, the real breaking news that's come out this morning is, according to Florian Plettenberg of Sky Germany, Arsenal are exploring a surprise deadline day move for Sandro Tonali, the midfielder, the fantastic Italian midfielder from Newcastle. So what he said is there have been direct talks in the last couple of hours between the two clubs. And then he says, for now, it'll be very difficult to finalize a deal because Newcastle did not give the green light. But Arsenal are still trying, and they are pushing, reportedly according to Florian Plettenberg, to sign Tonali today. Obviously, as I said, they have until 7 p.m. So again, as of recording, less than 10 hours to try and get this over the line. Obviously, this is paired with the news that Mikel Merino could be out for potentially a number of months because of a suspected broken bone in his foot. So Merino, as we all know, has been playing as an auxiliary striker at points under Mikel Arteta, but obviously his true position is a midfielder. So Arsenal see him as a midfielder first and foremost. And if he's out, then Arsenal are going into the market to try and explore to see if they can find a replacement. And if they were to get Sandro Tonali as a replacement, that's not just a replacement. In my eyes, I do rate Mikel Merino, but in terms of a midfielder, that'd be an upgrade. That would be an upgrade for Mikel Arteta to get another midfielder, another high-quality midfielder in. Obviously, Zubimendi in the summer, fantastic signing, got Declan Rice and co. But there is so much to come still on deadline day. Another one, this took a bit of a twist last night in the last couple of days. So as we've covered on the transfer show here on DR Sports many a time, Chelsea have been very interested in Rennes midfield. So Rennes centre-back, French centre-back, 20-year-old Jeremy Jacquet. And pretty much the entire time, reports have been like, Chelsea want him, it feels like it'll happen, but maybe not until the summer. And out of nowhere, bang, Liverpool enter the race, sweep up, an agreement reached. So genuinely, we've got to the point where now, suddenly, over the weekend, Jeremy Jacquet is expected to complete his medical with Liverpool ahead of a transfer to Arne Slot's side this summer. Chelsea have been in extensive talks over the last few weeks and wanted to get a deal done, as we've reported many times on here. But as per David Ornstein and multiple other outlets, he will sign with Liverpool. The deal is worth £55 million plus a further $5 million add-ons, and he will sign his contract until 2031 with the option to extend this for another 5 months. But he will not join the club until the summer. Liverpool, we all know they need a centre-back right now. They tried to sign Mark Gay in the summer. Didn't work out on deadline day. Obviously, literally the last deadline day we had. We covered it live on DR Sports. By the way, we are doing a stream between 5 and 7 p.m. with me, Laurie, and FJ to cover as the deadline passes and all the deals coming through. So make sure to check that out from 5 p.m. onwards on Live at 5. But so they then thought, Mark Gay would be available in January, but Man City swooped in and got him. Obviously, he scored an own goal against Spurs the last night. So, interesting start to life for Mark Gay at Man City. But now Liverpool need a centre-back, but they've decided, no, we want to go big and we want to get a guy and we're going to get him in the summer. So Liverpool view Jacquet, reportedly, according to David Ornstein, as being a more valuable long-term acquisition than Mark Gay in their model, hence the push to sign the France Youth International. That lines up with the signings of Wirtz, Ekitike, Kerkez, Isak and co. About signing the next generation of Liverpool players with the likes of Salah, Van Dijk and co. possibly heading on their way out. Obviously, they're in their twilight years of their career. They need new players, they need younger players, they need hungry players, and they need the next generation to be set and ready to continue competing. And Jacquet is reportedly one of that. And as sticking on Chelsea as well, Ben Jacobs is reporting that West Ham are working on a deadline deal to sign Chelsea defender Alex Disasi, who was, bomb squadded out of the Chelsea squad under Enzo Maresca. Not got a future under Liam Rosenior either. Obviously, a few days ago after after Raheem Sterling, his contract was null and void. He's there's not actually too much on Sterling so far yet, but obviously as a free agent, he doesn't have to sign before deadline. Name Alex Disasi to West Ham. For Chelsea fans, in terms of outgoings, another possible one to keep an eye on. For Manchester United fans, it's not even as exciting as that. So as for The Guardian, BBC, everything, nothing is expected to happen today for Manchester United fans. As Michael Carrick said the other day, he was asked about it on Friday. Michael Carrick said that, never say never with something. Maybe if a big injury had occurred when United beat Fulham, maybe let's say Bruno Fernandes had got injured or another one of the forwards, because Dorgu's out for 10 weeks. Let's say another forward got injured. Maybe United would have gone into the market to sign a backup forward. Wasn't happened, doesn't seem the case. It seems to be all expected on the front at United, but also no departures. So Ugarte, Xerxes and Kobbie Mainoo were all desperate to leave under Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim is gone. All three players have told the club they now want to stay until at least the end of the season. Mainoo's been fantastic, playing against City, playing against Arsenal, playing against Fulham. He's been brilliant in midfield. Xerxes, I'm sure, will come into the fold at points. Manu Ugarte came off the bench against Fulham as well. He's got a role to play. It seems like all three players will stay. No players will go. No players will be signed at United. But the other interesting development really to keep out for before the deadline ends is actually Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have not had a great month. Really have not had a great month. In a press conference, it was confirmed their captain, Mark Gay, was leaving. Then Oliver Glasner, their manager, said he was also leaving in the same press conference. They've had Jean-Philippe Mateta has then gone to the club and said, I want to leave. There's no ambition at this club, X, Y, Z. But Mateta's move is now kind of all over the place. Obviously, so Nottingham Forest bid £35 million for him. That got rejected. Palace asked for 40. And then Juventus were looking at Mateta, and that fell through. And now AC Milan seems to be the place he wants to go. So he flew to Milan yesterday, or the day before, to do medical checks yesterday. And after they did all the medical checks yesterday, they didn't clear the transfer. So according to David Ornstein and various other sources, is that according to David Ornstein and many other sources, further medical tests are going to be lined up for this morning because they still want extra checks on his knee. So Palace have agreed a fee of around £30 million, which is obviously less than they rejected from Nottingham Forest, but they don't want to strengthen a rival. Around 30 million. So it says more than 30 million euros. So that could be around 30 million quid for Mateta to go to AC Milan today. But AC Milan still haven't signed off on the medical checks and everything. So that's something to keep an eye out for, because Palace are signing Jürgen Strand-Larsen from Wolves for about 43 to 45 million pounds overall package, depending on which reports you read, to replace him. And then Wolves are also signing Andrew Gomez from Marseille on a loan deal with the option to buy. Andrew Gomez, obviously ex-Manchester United Academy graduate, was fantastic with Lille, then moved to Marseille, but now he's not massively into Zerbi's plans, and he's now heading back to England, it seems, to sign for Wolves. So plenty of dominoes still to fall. I do think the really interesting one here is to keep updated on Jean-Philippe Mateta's future, because let's say he fails this medical, he then goes back to Palace, and he's either got to say sorry or find a new club with 6 hours to go. Jürgen Strand-Larsen is expected to join Palace regardless, so it's not like the Jürgen Strand-Larsen's deal will fall through if Mateta comes back, but it is definitely one to keep an eye out on deadline day. But please do let me know in the comment section, who do you want your club to sign on deadline day? Who do you feel your club missed out on as well? Do you feel Manchester United have missed an opportunity here to get a new midfielder in? Do you feel that Chelsea should have found a replacement for not being able to sign Jeremy Jacquet this month with Disasi leaving? Do let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is Jean-Philippe Mateta making the right decision? Is it the right thing for him to throw a tantrum and leave now rather than in the summer at Crystal Palace? Let me know in the comments. But apart from that, I will see you guys at 5 p.m. for the deadline day live stream on DR Sports. See you in a bit.